Naxagala here. Welcome back to episode 20 of Asexuality in Film, where I deal with the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is basically going to be, I already did an introduction to talking about the MCU, and this is basically going to be an introduction to talking about Yelena Belova. I am very sorry about the lighting that is going on behind me. I'm not really sure what to do about it. I'm not in a void, I'm at a hostel. So, sorry. Today I am drinking a young cha boba tea. This is blueberry and milk or bilberry. I don't know which one they used. This is a new one for me. When I'm in Tallinn, I usually do one high, which means all shark, but it was closed yesterday, so I tried something new. This is very good. So yeah, let's talk Yelena Belova. White Widow in the comics, but now the current Black Widow in the MCU. Like I said, this is gonna be a bit of an introduction. This is basically an introduction to why people think that Yelena is ace-coded, ace and arrow-coded. First of all, let's start with the comics very briefly. So Yelena was introduced in 1999 by Devin Grayson, and I don't remember who the artist was. But pretty early on, the issue 2 of Pale Little Spider, it was Yelena's like maybe 10th or 9th appearance in the comics. There's an exchange where a woman asks Yelena outright whether or not she's a lesbian, and Yelena replies, "No, I'm not a lesbian. I'm not anything." And she also is shown experiencing severe sex repulsion in that issue, or maybe it's the issue before, like she's at a brothel and she's very disgusted. So yeah, that's the starting point. And then there's the fact that she has had remarkable lack of any type of romantic or sexual situations in now going on 20 last years. She hasn't been active all this time, but yeah, there's only been a few times that they have gone against the grain with her when it comes to her. So like there's nothing that really contradicts the line of "I'm not a lesbian, I'm not anything," and I'm nothing or I'm not anything is a very common feeling that a lot of aspect people feel, and it's also a coding mechanism, a way of coding a character's aspect. See Todd Chavez. So then in the MCU, of course, people would like the MCU to be more queer, be more explicitly queer. So it would be nice if Yelena's coded sexuality and romantic orientation would be fully established in the MCU. But I think it's been pretty well dealt with, at least up to now. Although it's like, I'm not saying that it's official MCU policies that Yelena is arrow ace, and but they just have managed to write her like that. So like I don't know, I'm not quite sure. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So anyway, in the MCU, Yelena is played by Florence Pugh, and she has appeared in Black Widow, 3 episodes of Hawkeye, Thunderbolts, aka New Avengers, 2 episodes of Marvel Zombies, and now most recently Spider-Man Brand New Day, and in December she's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. And I think almost all of these have had some nice little scenes, hints of coding when it comes to Yelena being arrow ace. Of course, Black Widow deals with her adopted sisterhood with Natasha, and there's also a moment where Yelena asks Natasha whether yeah, Natasha ever wanted kids, and then Yelena reply immediately replies that, like, I wanted a dog, I didn't want kids, I wanted dogs. And of course, like, asexual people and parenthood is a complicated topic that I'm not gonna get into here, but like, it's coding. And then in Hawkeye, uh, before the snap, Yelena is talking with a couple of other widows, and one of them comments like, "Ooh, like once you're done with your thing, that Natasha is gonna come live with you in New York, and you can start your Sex and the City like lives." And Yelena's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom," and then she gets snapped. It's not funny. Uh, um, but yeah, like the point is, like, she became uncomfortable when the talking was about sex. Um, then, of course, Thunderbolts is basically Friendship Saves the Day movie, and I love it so much. And Marvel Zombies, she is voiced by Florence Pugh, but it's a different universe, like Zombie Apocalypse, and it's one of those weird ones because, like, I don't know, she kinda flirts with Shang-Chi. Like, she asks if he's single, and he says yes, and she says good, and then they do nothing with that. But I don't know, maybe wanted to appreciate the hotness that is Shang-Chi. And she was the only adult woman who could do that. So I don't know. It doesn't lead to anything, and then she dies at the end of the episode. So I don't know. I don't know what the point of that was. But again, that's a different universe. Like, in the same way, like, she's shown having sex in like Wasteland with something like Wastelands. It was some kind of alternate universe thing. But then she kills the dude right after. So it's like immediately you have her do her thing, be very erased, and then this random always is having sex. So it's kind of weird. But so yeah. So yeah, Marvel Zombies is the only disappointment when it comes to this, but it's an alternate universe, so it doesn't matter. And the reason I'm doing this now and not after Doomsday is because I wanted to talk her little cameo appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, well, she has two scenes. Um, I love that her office is a banya. I hope I said that correctly. Like, I'm Finnish. I love sauna. I went to the sauna last night and this morning. That's why my hair is still wet from the sauna. So yeah, I love the level of non-sexual nudity, and of course, like, people are being weird about her. But like, if you watch the scene itself, it's remarkably non-sexual. Like, Natasha, Yelena's hair is like, it's very, it's very messy. You can't really see anything. Like, this suggested nudity. Like, she's nude, but you can't see anything. I hate that people frame it. Oh, it's a hot tub. No, it's like a warm pool. So there's like steam, and you can't see anything. But it's not a hot tub. Hot tub or a jacuzzi or whatever, it's a very different connotation than a being in a pool, being in a pool. But so I love that scene. There's a little bit of hint towards a queer Spider-Man. It was fun, and yeah, it was remarkably non-sexual for a scene where Florence Pugh is naked, is essentially naked, and I enjoyed it very much. But okay, people are weird. People are really weird about that scene because, of course, they are. And then there's also the fact that people love to ship Yelena a lot. And you can say, well, she says she's not a, like, oh, she's only talking about sexuality. Maybe she's a romantic person. But again, she hasn't really shown any much interest in romance all this time. Uh, so, like, I don't know. I think she's a race, and I think the writing is amazingly consistent with that. And I hate that she gets shipped. I hate that. relationships are reduced to that, and like sometimes people just don't want to date or have sex, and I think Yelena is been a very good example of showing that, and I love her. I think the writing for her and the performance have been almost consistently great again, other than Marvel Zombies. So yeah, I think she's uh so yeah, her writing in the MCU has with her coding of asexual and aromantic. That's from the comics. If is this an official reading, or is the MCU like officially keeping her single? I don't know. I don't know what, but I like it. I don't know. This yeah, too many I don't knows, but like yeah, basically. Again, if you're watching this for where the coding is come from, it comes from the comics and it comes from how she's been written and performed up to now, and hope she continues to be written that way. And official canonization would be nice, but like MCU, like I said, it doesn't really do official queer stuff that much. I wish it did. So yeah, thank you to my 57 subscribers, and yeah, thank you for watching this, and maybe check out my playlist of other movies with asexual characters and or aromantic characters. Bye! Again, really sorry about the lighting, I don't know what's going on. Bye!